Hello and welcome to this mod review of a fairly new mod. It came out on the 9th of January. We're now on the 21st of January, so not brand new. It is the multi-grain production unit, and it's by Biggins. The reason why I've done this is because this mod holds a very, very nice secret. So let's get into it. And we find it in under our factories. Of course, you would need to download it from Mod Hub, and that's, I presume, is no problem for you. Let's get down, and it should be right down at the bottom. It's relatively inexpensive, although not dirt cheap, $55,000, and basically takes your grain crops in. It produces flour, but it also then acts as a bakery as well. And on top of everything else, it looks really, really good. So let's just place this. I've created a little test map for these little mod reviews that I do from time to time on Riverbend Springs. It's a nice little flat area. I've of course found this area when I was doing my Riverbend series. In any case, let's place this there. It rotates nicely as well. Very, very easy to place. Rotates through all the angles, not just in quarters, which I always like for particularly a mod production. There we go. We can see that it rotates. That's the front of the production unit. As you can see, footprint is pretty small, and yeah, of course, placing of our productions is pretty easy. There we go. There's our production unit. Let's get the torch on, and still fairly early when I'm doing this. Should do it at midday, I suppose, but there we go. Looks very nice, and I think it can kind of fit in on most maps. Nice little details with the flower pots and the chevrons on the corners, which is quite nice because that also indicates where you pick up your goods. The back and the chevrons on that corner. So having said that, the chevrons are on every corner. So just put on the interactive markers again so that we can see where so the product goes in the back and comes out on the side. So the back is indicated by the dirt bins. Right, then you will notice if you do put it in that there are a couple of products that you can't sell in the at the normal sale points. So this mod has its own sale point, which is basically the small farmers outlet or small farmers kiosk with a little lamppost next to it, and it takes all the products. So it takes all the normal products that the kiosk takes, as well as the additional products, and we'll get to show you what the additional products are in a little while. Right, so there it is. There it's your, as I said, it's your standard Hickory Farm kiosk. I suppose I've actually put this down the wrong way, but it is designed so that it looks, it looks like you can sell from both sides. So I'm not too worried about that, because, as I said, it takes all products that the kiosk takes. So let's have a look inside. And one of those productions that you can go inside or into, the management area is right in the front as you come in the front door. some big ovens. This is the flour mill part. Very modern. This is also for the flour mill. I'm presuming that, of course. And then, yeah, it's fairly small, very compact. Some more ovens, workspace, some product that has been done. Nice big mixer. All very authentic looking. Dirt bin. Yeah, fantastic. And nice sounds. So it sounds nice and busy when you walk in there. So these are all the products that we can do. Bread. So bread from normal flour, rice flour, cake from both rice and normal flour. We can do cereals with chocolate, cereals from long grain rice. I don't know if I haven't tested that. I should test that at some time to see whether it'll work with just normal rice as well. Cereal raisins, of course you'd have to put those in. Corn flour, corn tortilla, that's a new product, and that is one of those that you can't sell anywhere except in the farm kiosk. Oat flour, rice flour, wheat flour, and then whole wheat bread and the making of whole wheat flour. That is also something I haven't, well, seen very often before, if at all. I can't recall seeing it, but it may have been in one of the other mods in FS25, something like that. Can't recall. Of course, on the far side you've got all the inputs. You can see that the flours, the product for the flours, you can store up to 225,000 liters. The others vary between 100,000 and 150,000, just depending on what they are. So let's get some product in there and see what it looks like. So what we'll do is we'll put some corn in, and we'll put some wheat in, and we will do some tortillas, and we will also do some whole wheat. Let's get this in. The building does look fairly small compared to this trailer, but still, it is a compact building for your farm. Let's get that in. So this is a load of corn. It does produce pretty quickly by looking at the number of cycles. So I've just put in quite a bit just so that we're not going to see everything produced that this load will make, but just so that we've definitely got enough to at least produce one pallet of each. That's probably a bit of overkill, but it's not a problem. I do like the way it looks. I think the inside, although you probably won't spend a lot of time in there eventually, just initially when you buy it and put it in, does give you a sense that you've bought a working production. I do. It would be nice, I suppose, eventually, if they had a couple of people, sort of NPCs, just working in there. It sounds like there's at least 2 people in there. Actually, it sounds like there's a lot of people in there for the size of the building. But still, that's beside the point. I'd rather have those sounds than not have them. Just get the oats in. Right, so we've got that all in. Let's go and have a look and see. Let's get it all started. Here we go. It is a little bit precise. You have to just play around. Well, I found I had to play around a little bit until I got exactly where you can activate the management system. So corn flour. So the first thing we need to do is produce corn flour from the corn, and you need to set that to from storing to distributing. And then you need to set, and then of course your corn tortilla, you just need to activate them, and activate them both, of course. And of course, there we go. They are now activated. And we'll do the same with the whole wheat flour. So your wheat you can make into normal flour or into whole wheat flour. Your whole wheat flour needs to be set to distributing if you want to make whole wheat bread in the same facility. And then your whole wheat bread. So the recipes are pretty good, really. 25 flour to make 20 bread is a good return on your flour. And then we'll just sit it. So we're looking at, it was just after 11 when we set everything up. It's now sort of 12, and I've just increased the time just to see how long it takes before we get. So there's our first pellets, and that is just before 1 o'clock. As I said, it was about 11, so it takes about an hour and a half of game time to produce a pellet, which is pretty good. It means that over a day's production, provided you've got enough stock, you'll be producing quite a bit. Right, so now let's go and see. Let's have a look and see. And this is where the surprise comes in. So corn tortilla, you can see at the moment we're getting 4,346. It goes up to the 6,000s because we're selling at the low point here. It goes right up to 6,000. So really, really good return. But just remember that figure of 4,300 and something odd. And have a look at this. We actually get 5,234 for that pallet. So there's a bonus, a sale bonus when you sell at this kiosk. Right, and let's have a look at the whole wheat bread, and there you can see 4,000. We are at the low point. 4,203 is what we get per pallet. Goes up to over 6,000 as well. In January, I think the tortilla was in December or November when we reached the peak, which was also over 6,000. It looks fantastic. The pellet of whole wheat bread looks like whole wheat bread. And let's see if this works on whole wheat bread as well. There we go, just over 5,000. So you're making about a 20% extra. There's about a 20% bonus on selling at the farm kiosk with this mod. This is a fantastic mod. Get it, play it, it's worth it. It produces quickly, it looks good. Well, I do hope you found this informative. If you have, please like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one. Cheerio.